Some of you will remember the days of the mag mods. You will remember the rot mods and the hacks that people did to make these old bomb shelter era abominations better. A lot of time has passed since then. I still have one of my very first mods from then, which is not much of a mod at all. I've changed it back several times, and I have different ones, such as this Maggie, my favorite, which I've actually made a post about on Budget Light Forum. This one's been modded by the late great old Lumens, who may God rest his soul, did this for me pro bono, and he hooked me up with a warm white XML T6 for it back in the day. This has since been retired, but it is still as tough and as useful as ever. I will link to the original discussion thread on that, which seems like ancient history now. But every now and then, it takes someone like myself to get excited about something old and what has been forgotten about by people. This is just a basic Maglite that I got the urge to buy the other day. It's the original incandescent 3-watt bulb, and I found a guy in Virginia who had some left over, and I bought it. I bought one, and so here's the original little Krypton bulb for 45 lumens. And of course, if you look back in the day, Maglites were actually really good. They were actually bright for their time, because the LEDs of this time period were around 30 lumens. So you were actually getting a pretty good deal. And it wasn't until XPGs came out, XREs and XPGs, that you started to get brighter. And then of course, once the P7s and MCEs and all of the really bright boys got started, then you had the mods and you had the various ones. So what we're going to do today, in the spirit of reviving that bygone era, is we're going to do a basic mod here. Now, I've really already done it. It involves a drop-in from a company, just a little slip like this. It came in, and it is called HQRP Ultra Bright 300 lumens. And so basically this is just you just put it in. There's nothing to it. You don't have to change out the reflector. You don't have to swap out the lens. I was never good at any of that stuff anyway. But basically here, you just take these off and you put it in, and it goes right over and gives you 300 or just over lumens. Can't beat it. So I will link to the company, which I understand is an American company, and that this is an American-made product, but I'm not sure on that. And what we have is but a very good thing. I think it's an XPG3 in there that is driven at very low current. So you've got not much lumens, but you've got a hella throw. You really do. You have a hella lot of throw. And so I'm going to show you what I did with the batteries here. I am not running, nor would I ever recommend running alkaline anything. You might do Eneloops, but we have an 18650 adapter. I will link to this one if you decide you want to. And it's just going to go straight in. And we're going to put the spring back here so that we can use an 18650. Of course, I'm just using the cheapest 18650 that I could possibly find, one of my throwaway batteries, since it takes precious little current to get this to run at full power. And then, of course, you don't have any heating issues. You don't have anything like that. So we're going to have unexpected amount of fun here. So we are going to have an unexpected amount of fun here. Look at this one. This one didn't even come with it came missing. It was stored in some attic, and it smelled like a pine tree air freshener.
Went a little heavy on the pine tree perfume there, kid.
Sir, it's a taxi cab air freshener.
With, you just smelled funky. I had to actually wash it off, but it doesn't even matter, because Maglite's a Maglite, so we don't really care. We don't care about the ringiness. We don't care about anything else, but we do care that we get stable output. And if you have to, you can beat the crap out of somebody with this. Don't do that. Just, but you can if you have to. All right, let's go have fun. aside from not having a lot of brightness, it is a killer thrower. If you're just taking the strict throw and not taking into account the lumens, I don't have very much that throws a beam as nice as this. Look at that laser-like beam. Look at that. 300 lumens. Very ringy, for sure. Pointing it at random pieces of trash in my yard. I can see everything at a distance. You got to be happy with something like this. You just do. Because this reminds you that you don't need a lot of lumens to have a good light, to have good throw. You guys have seen all the lights that have been at the back of that fence there. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of lumens hitting that fence, but not right now. It's just 300 some odd lumens, and you can see what you need to see. Just an old Maglite. Old bomb shelter era light. And you don't have to care about it too much. You could just let it get lost or borrowed and not given back. You wouldn't really care, would you? Pretty impressive. If you want to soup up a Maglite, even, you know, not in the spirit of what used to be called souping up. I'm talking about just using a plug-and-play drop-in like this. If you want to do that, you can do that. And it's good to know that while Maglites and ROPs and all of these crazy mods are no longer a thing, by and large, that you can actually take some time out of your life and do something like this, if for no other reason to have another tool that you can give a new lease of life to. See, that's useful illumination, folks. See, look at this cat. Look at this this dumb cat. I gave him all of those turkey legs that I don't eat, and he's still crying. It still didn't even matter. Stupid. God. You want in? You ain't getting in. Good night, folks.